Hi everyone, welcome back to welcome video number 2. What I forgot to mention last time, but I got into it at the end a little bit, is a little bit about how the class is just going to run. This is an asynchronous class, which means, as I mentioned before, the class is entirely online. But the good news for your schedule is that we don't need to be all online at the same time. There's not a scheduled meeting time for this class, but there is a responsibility for you to go online every week and complete the work that's required. So the class is broken down into a number of units for the semester. For you to see the specific units, click over here and open the syllabus so you can see all the breakdown of the entire semester. And then, as I mentioned, when we go to weekly units, you'll see Unit 1, Unit 2, and it'll go through the semester like that. Every single Monday at morning at 8 a.m., the new unit will become available for the next week. And I will allow 2 weeks to go at a time. So you'll get, you can always go a week ahead, but you can't go further than that. So Monday morning, log on, but find a time that works for you. Some of you might find mornings are best depending on your schedule. You might find afternoons or evenings are the best. It doesn't matter to me when you read the textbook, when you complete your work. All that matters is that you get the work done in the time that you're given and by the deadlines. So again, that means reading the chapter of the book, watching the PowerPoint that I provide you, reading any other links that I give you, and completing all of that within the beginning part of the week so that you're able to participate in the discussion board by Thursday night at midnight and then respond to a classmate by Monday. So that's how the course will run during the entire semester. If you need to reach me or talk to me, I will have office hours on Tuesday mornings, but I'm also available at other times. I know that all of our schedules are very fluid these days. You might have kids at home, you might have a job, you might be caring for parents, or all of the above. And so I know that we all need to bring a lot of flexibility to our schedules. So just let me know if you ever want to meet with me, and we can talk on the phone, or we can even set up a Zoom like this if we want to see each other face to face. Okay. So when I left off, I was talking about homework. There are homework assignments throughout this semester. Open the syllabus and take a look. You'll see, I'm not going to spend the time during the welcome video, but I want you to take a look at the assignments, and I also put out for you the weeks that each assignment will be given and the point value that they are worth. Please be sure to do your homework on time. I am a really big stickler for deadlines. It's multiple reasons. Number one, meeting deadlines is an important job of any obligation. Number two, I do my best to stay on top of grading. That's my responsibility. Your responsibility is to complete your homework on time. I think that's a fair way of completing it. So I will always give you a deadline for the homework. If you need to turn in homework late because something has come up or you just didn't get to it, I will accept the homework up to 1 week late. I call that a grace period. I will still take the homework during that time, but you will not receive full credit for it. After the 1 week period, I do not accept late homework absent an extreme emergency or something very serious. The reason I do that is because I personally have been burned in the past. There have been semesters where I get inundated with late assignments in December of homework that was actually due back in September. That's not fair to me. So how do we do homework? So I'm just going to open up week 1 just so you can see what the homework assignment looks like. Each week that there's a homework assignment, the assignment will be posted right into Blackboard here. So you can see that you can access your homework right in Blackboard. It is included in a Word document, but here's what I recommend. Click up here right where it says Unit 1 assignment. And then for the other, it'll say something different for future assignments. If you click on that, you will be brought to a page that will show you the due date for the homework and the number of points that it is worth. And then you can open the homework right here. As I mentioned, it will open up a Word document on your computer. So how do you get the homework back to me? There are 2 ways to do it. Number one, you take that Word document and save it onto your computer, and you type your answers right below my questions. And then you take your saved document with the answers in it, and you upload it down here where it says attach files. And this works exactly like putting an attachment into an email. So again, the first method would be to start with downloading my homework onto your computer, saving it, typing the responses, your answers into it, and then uploading it back to me. And then I get to see it on my end. Hope that makes sense. Now, if you do not want to download it onto your own computer and you just want to send me the answers, that's okay too. Here's what you do. You click up here. See where it says Write Submission? If you click there, this box opens up and you can type your answers right here. And then you go down to the bottom, my camera's in the way, and click Submit, and then I will get the homework that way. Either way is fine with me. What you cannot do is email me the homework. I don't know about you, but I get a lot of emails every day, and I don't like to grade homework over email, and I may even overlook the email if it's in homework. If you email homework over email, I might miss it. The other avenue not to do is down here. I'm sorry, where'd it go? Oh, see where it says Add Comments? In Blackboard, there's a feature where you can send me a comment along with your homework. This is great if you want to say something like, hey, professor, I loved this assignment. I hope you can give more assignments like it all semester. Or, hi, professor, I really didn't understand question number 2. You don't have to put a comment here at all. But what I want you to know is even though on your screen, this comment box looks nice and wide, when I get it on my end, it comes out as this little skinny kind of like column on the right-hand side of my computer. So if you type your answers into the comments, I cannot read your answers, and I will write you back and I will ask you to submit it again. So please only send me a Word document or a Google Doc through attachments, or write your answers here in the Write Submission box, and then click Submit, and the homework comes to me, and it's really easy. And I will grade it. There's a part here called My Grades. You can always click here to see how you're doing in the class and see what your point totals are, so you don't have to separately keep track of how you're doing. There are also going to be assignments throughout the semester. In fact, I think 10 of them that are called legal news assignments. The first one is actually given out next week in Unit 2. And I call them legal news assignments because, as I mentioned on the first video, there is so much law happening in current events, business law happening in current events. And so what I will ask you to do, and I'll let you on your own pause the video and read the directions, but for your legal news assignments, I will ask you to find a topic that's current in the news and research it a little bit and do just a one-page paper summarizing the topic and defining a new legal term that you learned either from the article or something in our unit. Just pause the video and read the directions here. But you'll see that there will be 10 of these legal news assignments throughout the semester. Your first one comes during Unit 2. And it's just a nice way for us to see exactly how what we're talking about in class is actually happening in this real world all around us, that this is not something separate where we learn something in the classroom and it doesn't impact us in our regular and real lives. It directly impacts us. Okay, so the other thing I want to show you is, or just mention, is that there will be 3 exams in this class. There will be an exam after the first section of the semester where we talk about the government unit. So the first part of our semester, we'll learn all about where our laws come from, and then there will be an exam. The second part of the semester is all about how corporate entities are formed. We will talk about corporations, limited liability companies, partnerships, and there will be a project during that time where you will have to create your own business law, your own business, and you will have to complete all the required paperwork for the state, and you will do a presentation on that project. And there will be a test at the end of that unit, and then there will be a final exam at the end of the semester. So let me use this here now to sort of talk about how the pace of the semester will go. So as I just kind of mentioned, there's so much to talk about in business law. There's so much. There's no way I can get it all into a 15-week semester. So I will do my best. So the first third of the semester is really, or not even quite third, I think first 3 weeks of the semester, we're going to talk about where our laws come from, because it's impossible for us to just talk about the laws without understanding where they come from. Then there will be an exam. Then the second part of the semester will be how businesses are created. So as I mentioned, we will talk about corporations, both C and S corporations. We will talk about limited liability companies and general partnerships. We will learn how these entities are formed legally. And we'll also talk about advantages and disadvantages, why a company might want to be a corporation and another one might choose limited liability company. And they're both good answers. You will do a large project during this portion of the semester where you will create your own business and do a presentation on it that you will submit as part of your grade. Then there will be a second exam at the end of that section. All of the exams will be over Blackboard, and you'll get more direction as the semester goes. After we finish those two parts of the semester, we will then walk through multiple different areas of the law that impact business. And as I mentioned, we won't have enough weeks. So we will talk about contracts and how they're formed and what happens when they're broken. We will talk about something called torts, which is like slip and fall and other liabilities. We will do a unit on employment law and employment discrimination, and you will have another project to do during that time. We will also talk about intellectual property law, and we will also do some other business-related topics throughout the semester. So that's a little bit of an overview. Take a look at the syllabus. What I would press upon you now that you've finished the welcome videos, is to take some time moving around the class. Please read the syllabus, especially read the section on online behavior and read the section on plagiarism about submitting homework and what to do if you need a quote from somewhere. And last but certainly not least, if you have questions, I encourage you under the discussion board. I see that I haven't, it's not here right now, but there will be a link here called I have a question. There's a separate discussion board just for asking me questions or asking the class questions. Please engage in that discussion board. I will check it. Usually I check that board daily, but give me 24 to 48 hours to respond and I'll get back to you. I promise I will be active in this class. I may not see you in person, but I really look forward to getting to know all of you and having a great semester. We have a really exciting presidential election in the middle of the semester, and I want us to be able to talk about that and talk about other events that are happening around us. And you'll see right from the get-go, right when we begin with Unit 1 and 2, we will be bringing in some really important matters that are happening around us right now. So have a great semester, and I look forward to getting to know all of you. Bye.